Greetings, flesh creatures. It is I, Megatron. On behalf of TFYLP, I want to congratulate you for listening to the most refined collective podcast on this miserable little planet Earth. Yes. Here you'll find knowledgeable fans discussing every aspect of Transformers and beyond. Now, enjoy the show while I continue my path to complete conquest of all of you miserable biological entities. Predacons, terrorize!
Good evening.
What up?
Sup? You got lost in the woods?
Hold on. Sorry, my mic was muted. All right, well, I guess I'll repeat all of this. Hi, welcome to TFYLP episode 625. We're live tonight. It is Wednesday, July 30th. I'm Lucas.
And we
got
our
Anna
A-game.
and Christian and Phil. So, yeah, I have my mic
A-game.
muted. Sorry, guys. So thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. So I didn't go like the entire episode.
Ooh, that would have been fun.
So yeah, well, this has happened before, right? I think Duran and I both have managed to do this, so you know, it's fun.
Catherine
So, anyway.
said they could hear everyone. Well, she could hear
Yes,
everyone
they're on a
except for
delay.
Lucas. So it was like you introduced each of us silently, and then we all just spoke out of turn for no reason.
Right.
I think we just speak out of turn for no reason all the time anyway.
It was probably a little eerie, like we were being led by a ghost man.
Spooky ghost.
Right. There we go. They did
Okay, hi,
confirm
we're
that they
here.
can't hear my audio now, so that's good. So, see, I mean,
Yeah.
this is the episode I like prepared. I have a whole list of things, Anna, and all that, and I'd be muted the entire time.
You
It's
have
the way
a
to do
list?
it.
No,
That
I
sounds like
don't, but-
a Christian move.
No, I actually don't.
No, you lied about it.
It's
No,
all up
no,
here.
Lucas is-
I don't need a list. It's all up here. What
A
I was
list.
saying is that it's been a couple weeks since we've had a show because I've been on vacation. So my apologies for that. But luckily I know that the Decepticast has been going on as well. So hopefully people have been enjoying that while we've been out. So.
Yeah, Monday nights run by our longtime fan, Caleb.
So, and then Anna, have you been joining as well? I know that there's a couple
I'm also
episodes
there.
Oh, okay, well, see, there you go. See, but
I don't self-promote though, so it's just he's there, that there's this other lady. I don't know who it is. She
Yeah.
looks a lot like me.
So now, did you already go over
It'd be
like
weird if it
everything
wasn't
from
you.
this weekend on the show on Monday?
Sure did.
So there you go. There you go.
But I want to say, like, we didn't really do opinion, right? Like, we went over every single thing with photos, one
Right.
by one. So therefore, we just kind of went through, because it only took like 70 minutes. So we just kind of went through everything. The four of us tonight are probably going to spend an hour giving our opinions on like the first thing we talk about, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Right.
There's very opinionated people, and there's four of us. So it'll be a different
Well,
flavor.
Lucas, what do you have in store for visuals for this?
Oh, visuals? What?
Yeah. Huh?
You said
Oh.
you didn't do visuals.
I mean, I guess sure. You want me to bring up visuals? Is this what we're?
I mean, you mentioned it in the
You brought it
pre-show
up.
All right.
meeting.
You were the one who was like, should I do visuals? And I think Christian said yes.
And everyone agreed with Christian because Christian is the best.
All right.
All right,
No.
so while he's pulling,
Oh my
I got some
God.
visuals
going
We are a
on.
podcast.
Okay, never mind.
Got some visuals.
I don't
What do you want me to bring up on these visuals?
Your web browser.
I have my web browser
Straight,
up.
show us what you've been doing.
I'm just scrolling through TFW 2005.
Excellent.
Let's start He-Man, Masters of the Universe, and Transformers. To me, that feels like the biggest announcement.
That's way down the list. Here,
That's
hold
the
on. I'm
biggest
scroll
announcement.
and scroll.
Okay,
That's
so-
the biggest.
But let's start with it then, right?
They're not
Yes, let's start with it.
No. It totally makes sense though, because like out of all of us, Phil is the multi-collector, right? Phil's the one who collects a bunch of different toy lines. Christian dabbles in a few of the toy lines. Lucas is pretty much just Transformers, and I collect whatever the hell I want, whenever the hell I want, but mostly Transformers. So Phil would be the most excited by this one.
All right, we're on it. He-Man, Transformers.
So this is literally He-Man figures wearing Transformer clothes.
Why are you excited about this,
it literally says like Skeletor wearing Megatron armor.
Yep.
Yeah, it's literally not Megatron. It is just Skeletor wearing Megatron armor. It is literally not Bumblebee and his Man-at-Arms wearing Bumblebee armor. And these are for Masters of the Universe collectors. They're not really for us as Transformers collectors. They look fine, right? They look like standard, modernized, they got their bulbous bodies, but modern articulation Masters of the Universe figures. And they've got Transformers theme. I mean, Masters of the Universe has been doing a lot of cosplay figures, a la vintage Ninja Turtles, for years now, and this is just kind of par for the course.
Okay, so here's my question, because honestly, I do not follow Mattel at all. Have they been doing crossovers as well? Like with other,
yes.
like Playmates or whatever?
The Ninja Turtle He-Man crossovers are through Mattel. And I believe the Thundercats Masters of the Universe crossovers are also through Mattel. And then there's Hot Wheels Transformers, which are through Mattel for the cars. And we had the ability to pre-order the Transformers that turn into Hot Wheels cars through Hasbro. So I guess I'm looking forward to these things. I pre-ordered them both. I think Skeletor, in my opinion, looks better than Man-at-Arms, but I think Man-at-Arms looks pretty darn cool too. This seems like the same kind of pattern like we saw with the Hearts of Steel, where we're going to get Megatron and Bumblebee as a 2-pack or like a double release, and then likely Optimus and I'm assuming Starscream as a double release sometime down the road. So it's going to be, Optimus as He-Man and Starscream as, I don't know, Hordak, Triclops. It's hard to say who would be like the number 2 villain for Masters of the Universe, but I don't know. It just it's to me it's a sign of the times for the toy industry that that there's doing so many crossovers, and they kind of are opening that forbidden door, so to speak. But I mean, these look cool, and I think the other thing that makes me excited is I want to get a land shark that turns into a robot. Just like Mattel's done with and Hot Wheels have done, where we got first Transformer cars as Hot Wheels. Now we're getting Hot Wheel cars as Transformers. I would imagine at some point in the next 12 months we'll get Masters of the Universe stuff that turns into a robot.
Or do we think that they'll do the vehicles that way?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We'll get a like the one I always brought up is the land shark. Right. The Masters of the Universe land shark. To me, it's one of the vehicles they did for a Hot Wheels car that Mattel did as a Hot Wheels car was the land shark. You've got the Sky Sled for the Masters of the Universe. That one I think would be another iconic one that they could turn into a Transformer. So I mean, as much as these look kind of neat, I am probably more excited to what this portends. Christian, what you're making faces? What are your thoughts?
It was just a really good verb.
Okay.
So Christian, what is
Wouldn't it
your
be
thought
funny?
about He-Man in general? Like, I know that you're not a fan of G.I. Joe. Are you okay with He-Man?
I like Skeletor from the memes.
Right.
Well,
You probably don't know about it otherwise, right? Because
I attempted to watch the show and it was really, really bad.
It is really hard to watch in modern times. Like the nostalgia will carry you through a little bit if you watched it as a kid, but it is just the animation is way more dated compared to what like Transformers looked like.
I do not have a hatred of the Masters of the Universe like I do for Army Guys and Snake Terrorists.
Good, I guess.
what do you guys think would be more likely? A set of vehicles that transforms or Beast Wars style Battle Cat that transforms?
Neither. I think it's literally just going to be these.
I agree with that.
I think
I
it'll be
think
more
Masters
than
of the
just
Universe has
these.
been doing a bunch of little crossovers, and I think that's all this is.
I think it'll be more than just these particular ones, but I agree that I think it's probably just going to be like a handful. So, I mean,
Yeah, I
this
don't
is a
think
pretty
He-Man will
easy-
come to Transformers at any point.
Right.
But for Phil, your sake, I hope I am wrong.
I mean, you never know. It really
was
probably
excited
depends
about
on
my
how
theory.
successful everything is, right? It seems like the Hot Wheels like collaboration is working pretty well, but I also feel like the Hot Wheels are a bigger like brand at the moment than what He-Man is. There's a lot of Hot Wheel collectors.
How about that?
So,
Because I don't know about either brands really. I mean, I know both are on the shelves. Masters of the Universe got a big revival after the Kevin Smith show.
is it on the shelf now? Like, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay, it is. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a decent
you
amount.
have multiple sizes that are out there for Master of the Universe. So you have the size class that's more like the vintage style toys with a little bit updated articulation. Have the toys from the Kevin Smith show that are like more Marvel Legends scale, a little beefier, better articulation, new sculpts, new designs on those guys. And then you've got the Turtles of Grayskull line, which has been a pretty big line that's been going on for over a year now. That's the Ninja Turtles and Master Universe crossover. One of the Mattel San Diego Comic-Con exclusives was the Skella Shredder, which is the merger of Skeletor and Shredder, and it comes with a cool throne. It's really awesome. And like they did the Masters Universe WWE crossover
I was
last
thinking about.
lines. What was that, Anna?
I was thinking about that too. That those were on the shelves
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah. Obviously Hot Wheels has a lot more real estate in the toy aisle than Masters Universe does, but I mean, outside of Lego, I can't think of what property has more shelf space than Wheels and like a Target or Walmart aisle.
It's true.
Ruby?
Yeah, so do you want to just jump to Hot Wheels then?
Sure.
Yeah, let's talk about the Hot Wheels.
Let me see
Those
if I
are
can
cool.
find
Like
the
we
article
knew
on
they were
that.
coming. We saw good pictures of them at SDCC. Like very clear. They went up for pre-order.
Yep, they're $30.
Are they $30 each?
Yes.
Yikes.
Yeah.
A little more than deluxe.
I think they are essentially deluxes. They look
I think so.
deluxe size to me.
Yeah.
How many of
But-
us are in who all pre-ordered them? Christian, Phil? Is it?
I pre-ordered them because Christian pre-ordered them for me.
I
thank
did
you,
do
Christian,
that.
by the way.
I might go back and get them. I don't know. I'm not super attached to Hot Wheels. I love the idea of the crossover though, but I think like someone else I was talking to said it would be a lot cooler if they were Hot Wheels size. Then they would
mean,
literally be GoBots.
We did that last year, and it was like
Right.
way too expensive.
Right, for one. They did one as a super trophy figure, but I just mean like a literal, like, GoBot. Since GoBots were pretty much Hot Wheels size. That would be neater.
I think that would be neat.
Legends collector, right? Like, I like Legends figures. So that would be
Right.
basically making a Legends figure out of this instead of a deluxe.
I don't know though. I mean, like, I just don't feel like Hasbro does that scale very well, and they've kind of just given up on it at this point, a little bit.
They've definitely given up on it. I don't know if they do it poorly, particularly. Like, there's some really good core class figures. There's also
No.
some really bad core class figures.
Right, but I mean, like, on average, I would say that deluxe class is pretty much like the best.
That's the prestige class.
That's the best
Deluxe
class.
class was where it was. I think the deluxe class was where it was a few years ago. I think it's moved up to Voyager.
Sure.
I think that needs to be a topic for another time because I think there's a lot of stuff to talk about there.
Probably is. Yeah.
I'm intrigued and want to know more, but I don't want to get too off topic with it.
No, that's true. So the Hot Wheels things, like, they're cool, right? Like, they're fully original designs. They're new characters.
Yep.
For anyone who cares, though, they're probably not going to get fiction, right? They're probably not going to get fiction. They're probably going to be a one-off. And if you've ever
Windmill is getting a repaint.
Yes. If you've ever been in that position where you're looking at your shelves and you're thinking, where does this weirdo go that doesn't fit into my usual fiction choices? It's going to be more of them, right? That's what I'm afraid of.
Anna's talking to me.
Yeah. No, but me too. Like, I'm afraid that I'm going to end up, like, I always use the Power Dashers as an example. I bought all three of those guys and I had no idea where they went in my collection. And I didn't really get anything out of them, right? They were like, these were made for someone else, not for me. I kind of feel like that would happen with the Hot Wheels for me. Like, it's not like going to be its own shelf for me because I'm so excited about Hot Wheels. I'm not. So where do they go? I don't know.
Did you have Hot Wheels as a kid, Anna? Like, were you big into them?
No, I think a few came home with me from yard sales.
See, I mean, the thing that I think is neat about crossovers in general is that really this is kind of playing up to, like, no matter what you were into when you were a kid, like, this is hitting all of it. So it's like, oh, if I want a He-Man or whatever figure, like, got you covered. If I want Hot Wheels or whatever, got you covered. If I want some of the other various crossovers that they've done, right? And so, like, that's where I think it's cool. Like, this actually appeals to me quite a bit more, but I was also pretty big into Hot Wheels when I was a kid as well. Like, and I had a lot of these toys. So I don't know. I'm excited. I think that it's, at the deluxe class. To me, I think that it's the right scale or whatever for me. And, like, I do hope that they actually release more of these, like, so they, like you said, that we can have a full shelf of figures and it's not just like 2 one-offs.
I hope they do too, because it's really a definite, like, union. Like, these two things go together really well in a cool way, so I really do like that. But I will say my strongest memory of Hot Wheels, Lucas and I have talked about before that we both worked at Kmart when we were younger. My biggest memory of Hot Wheels was that I worked in the toy section and I had to deal with Hot Wheels collectors.
Hot Wheels collectors
I had to deal with them.
Best.
Every time we would put out new Hot Wheels, the aisle would just get absolutely destroyed by the Hot Wheels dudes who would come in and just plow through them.
No, I just assumed you'd have the Hot Wheels guy that would, like, as soon as you brought that box out, that he'd be like, hey, can I look through that box? I want to pick out the one, good figure out of it.
We specifically stocked them before we opened, so we didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that guy would come in and be like, whoa, they're on the shelf.
Right.
It all go on the floor. It was great.
Adam Maddox in the chat says that Twin Mill looks great. And Christian, you said Twin Mill's already getting a repaint?
Yeah, it was in one of the leaks for the Target exclusives for next year.
Okay, I didn't pick
Or
up on
not
that.
in the with the Target exclusive, not a
It
Target
just says
exclusive
Twin
itself.
Mill 2, though. So
Twin
who
Mill
knows
2.
what that really means?
Probably Twin Mill again.
That's the classic mold that's been, repainted a bunch of different colors, so it makes
Right.
sense that they would do another one. I guess my thought with these two figures is that they're cool cars that turn into cool robots. And to me, if you had these exact two cars in a deluxe line and had these exact names, but they weren't Hot Wheels, or I didn't know they were Hot Wheels, I'd still like them and probably want to pick them up.
That's where I live too. I mean, I know that they're iconic Hot Wheels cars, but also they look like good Transformers that have cool alt modes, and I've always been into that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing with these, right? Like, that is something that persuades me a little bit. Because it's like, if they were new characters for a new series, I would be totally into both of them. It's just because they won't get fiction, I don't know if they'll last for me.
Yeah, but like, what does get fiction these days? I don't know. There's so I just feel like there's a lot that doesn't have fiction. Why is it that? Oh, here we go. I found the Bone Shaker.
Fiction. And so does Beast King. I'm sure you guys all own a lot of Beast King in Cyberworld. Muted Christian definitely does.
Wild King.
Wild King.
I would own them if they weren't so expensive to import.
They're pretty neat. I kind of like them. Fiction is not good. It's so simple.
It looks pretty bad.
Cyberworld, though, like, we got to talk about Cyberworld at some point. That's a weird show.
I don't see any hollow bits on these figures. Like, these can't be true Transformers.
No, they both
the
look like
additional
they're
$5
quite
is for.
good.
What's next on the docket, Phil?
Do you want to
Age of
talk
Prime?
Nemesis Prime?
Oh, I guess the one does.
Oh, let's do that first.
Stuff.
That is probably the most exciting part of the reveals to me.
The most tame part or the most lame part?
It's what comes with the Nemesis Prime, but it also becomes the most lame part because of what Christian is alluding to.
I just didn't hear you. I wasn't alluding to anything.
Oh, no, I said it was the most exciting part for me. Like, I was
exciting.
really
Oh, that was not what I heard at all.
I was pumped to see the Saber team. Like, Hasbro has done a badass job on minicons, right? Like, the two minicons they have made have both been really good, and they both made me very happy because it made these little minicon figures that I remember liking actually good toys that moved, not just cool little transforming statues, but, cool modern action figures. So I was so excited with that for the Saber team. Like, that's cool. I'm really into that. I don't really want a Nemesis Armada Prime. That's not really something I wanted. And you have to buy them together, right? $75 multi-pack.
Hey, Anna, I tell you what, I would be willing to go in on this pack with you and take the Nemesis off your hands, because honestly, I don't care about minicons, but I actually kind of think
No, Christian, don't throw up your hands. You'll make him think about it. Let him do it, and that way I don't have to keep the...
What's wrong? Why are you throwing your hands up?
That's a weird decision.
It's the weirdest possible decision.
Great for me, so let it happen.
Why is it the weirdest possible decision?
I don't understand how you could not care about minicons. Particularly these minicons.
I mean, we already have a Star Saber.
I mean, okay, maybe. Like,
little
maybe
accessory one.
No, he's talking about the HasLab.
No, I'm talking about the one that came with Starscream.
Well, then I'm wrong.
You have that. And, I mean, there's also the Fans Hobby one, right? The Fans Hobby one did come out. It kind of sucks, right? Like, it doesn't suck. Suck is a strong term. I don't think it sucks. It just mediocres. It's just mediocre.
It's mid,
and
as the kids say.
It is mid.
These don't look mid. These look really good.
These look really good.
And I think one of the things that make them really good is they just said, you know what? They don't need to be clear this time. The clear plastic doesn't have to happen. And they became solid and they look more like jets now.
Yeah, the clear was to work with a play feature. We
Yep.
know that. Worked not very well, but they tried. And now that play feature doesn't exist anymore, so we don't need it.
Fans Hobby recreated that pointlessly in their version.
Yeah, I kind of thought that they would do a solid version at some point, but they did not.
They've also moved on and done more mini-con teams, right? They're cranking out the mini-con teams much faster than Hasbro is.
We still have a
That's a bum.
huge backlog of mini cons. I mean, there's a dozen of them I counted last week that we're still missing, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah, because
That's not even including the other like weapon teams that presumably they'll want to do at some point.
Christian,
What
we're
are we
also
gonna get?
missing Micromasters as well. So
Yeah, we are.
like,
And what are we going to get? One mention of mini-cons every year for the rest of the toy line? Is that what's going to happen? We're just going to get either one mini-con comes out or a mini-con team. That's how we're going to do it. That'll last a long time.
We still have that Red Alert mini-con pack, whatever that means.
That's true. That's true. It's why I didn't buy Red Alert, even though I kind of wanted them.
I would like to talk about the Nemesis Prime because I did actually want that. I'm a little disappointed he doesn't come with a trailer. And I get that they have to make the pack be a price, but this is not an established price, so I don't know what that's about. But he does have a trailer in the episode he comes from. And I was very excited about Super Mode Nemesis Prime. However, we recently got, I'm going to go with confirmation in quotes, that the second commander in Age of the Primes for next year is Jetfire, Pantsfire, as we call him. And when you put him in pants mode, the Armada Prime trailer will have nowhere to go except to be the leg for Nemesis Prime. So I might be okay in the end.
Okay. That's a way to think about it.
Christian, what do you think of the color blue they chose?
It's odd. It's not quite accurate because he is kind of more blackish in the episode. He's bluish, but it's like exactly halfway between the Nemesis normal color black and the Power Links Optimus color blue. So, like, is it trying to be both? How about you just do both very well?
They didn't make a
I
mention
also
of it
think that
coming with the Power Links head, though.
it does come with a Power Links head, and it's painted.
Oh, does it come with the Power? So it comes with
They showed
the
it off on Sunday. They transformed it into Super Mode. It's painted up like it should have a Super Mode, but it doesn't technically.
Okay. So yeah, if it's doubling as Power Links Prime, then it definitely should have the trailer.
I also am kind of reserving my judgment until we get final samples in hand because the pictures, the stock images they showed were different than the model they had on hand. So, like, I'm not exactly sure where it falls in color.
Yeah, I would say neither really looked black. I mean, they both looked more.
They're
like
definitely not black.
Gray.
Yeah, they're more of a bluish gray.
So, what happens when they do Power Links Prime? Are they just kind of similar? I don't know. I mean, Power Links Prime has the red accents, and this one doesn't. So maybe that's just what it'll be. And it's a different blue, but will it be different enough? Who knows? I don't know.
Well, will they actually do that one? Or are they just going to be like, up, here you go. Here's what you get.
You know, Commander repaints are very few and far between. I think there have been 2 ever. Is that right still?
Jetfire.
Yeah.
And
Motormaster.
We haven't gotten Motormaster yet, though.
Toy Motormaster, not G2 Motormaster.
Yeah, but I don't know if that counts.
Oh, in the set?
In the gift set, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this would be 2.5 because it doesn't come with a trailer.
Yeah. It is funky when you look at the cab mode for Armada Prime. Like, I never really paid attention to the cab mode in Armada Prime without the trailer because it's just like, oh, he's the truck. He comes with a trailer. But just like how chonky those legs look in terms of being like the back of a truck.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's... I mean, like we've talked about so many times, who's going to leave it in truck mode? Very few people. But it is a little off-putting when you see that.
Well, this will be available at PulseCon, which I think is sometime in September or October. I don't think they actually gave us dates for that, but it'll be around soon.
Yeah.
It's not a retail release; it's an exclusive.
Yeah, and I think that's a good spot for it. And I do think the idea that it's Power Links and Nemesis, like 2-for-1 sort of thing they're trying to do. That doesn't shock me that they would do that, trying to hit on both nostalgia, sort of triggers.
Honestly, I could see this showing up on a Black Friday sale. I might be wrong, but
It's tough to say. The Star Saber is pretty highly requested.
did Dino King,
yeah.
when they did the exclusive or whatever for him, did he show up on like any kind of sale, or did he eventually sell out before that?
I don't think he was ever on sale.
Oh,
I think they
so.
had the Black Friday sale, but he was too new to go in it.
okay.
And then he sold out before they did anything else.
Got it. But he waited, or like, I feel like Dino King was out there for a while though. Like it wasn't something like I remember that like people were worried about getting him, and we didn't really have to worry about that. Like he was still up for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Hot Shot from PulseCon 2 years ago, that thing got clearanced, but that was also, I think, a time where they were overproducing some figures a bit.
Right. But I just feel like inevitably, if it's an exclusive like that, like they have to make too many, if that makes sense. Like if they're the only retailer for it, it doesn't get distributed out enough. Whereas like even a Gen Selects, like it's going to enough different places that like it kind of gets distributed out. So maybe I'm wrong, but
We'll see.
But yeah, and Mangus says that for $75 he wishes we could get another non-battle damaged head as well. And they did that with like the target packs, right? So I think that that's totally fair. So
Also, the damage is on the wrong side of the head.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
there you go.
flipped. Yeah.
So other than it not being the right color, not having the accurate face, not coming with all the stuff that you want to come with, it does.
I'm reserving judgment on the color.
Yeah.
I'm reserving judgment on the color because in the episode he's not. I mean, he's kind of blue. The alt mode turns black, which is weird. Animation's dumb.
Right.
Not really.
Especially Armada.
Yeah, Armada is not. I mean, it's hard to be accurate to Armada because it's bad.
Yeah.
It's charming in its own way, but filled with errors.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was cool.
Yeah. Yay, Star Saber.
I think one of the other big kind of marquee announcements was Big Convoy.
Oh, you want to start at the leader class? Okay.
Hold on.
I don't want to go up. We're going down.
I'm just saying, like,
forever.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to hit the big points so that, the big ones so that we can kind of like, not take forever and not rehash what Anna and Talib did on Monday.
Big Convoy's very cool. I really thought they would make him a commander. But if they can pull him off at leader and he looks good, I'm happy.
I think he looks great. I don't think that he's going to be cooler than the original. I think he'll probably be a better toy. Like, because the original toy is kind of it's a little bit of a frustrating parts former to put back in Mammoth mode. But it's just such a neat toy, right? Like that thing I think it's big and intimidating and cool, and like everything about messing with it just feels neat. You're just like, wow, this is a cool toy. Even when you hold it, 20-something years later, you're like, this is really neat. I don't think this is going to have that commanding presence. I think you're going to be like, this is a good leader. And it's going to be like, oh, I like Big Convoy. That's going to be about it.
Yeah, I think if you were to put, especially either of the Encore Big Convoy releases with your modern figures, they wouldn't look out of place at all.
Honestly, it kind of looks cooler than a lot of them.
Yeah.
figures. Like he just has the paint's so good.
Where the heck is
And
the actual
also-
pictures? Oh, here we go. Maybe this is it. I'm just
Oh,
trying to
there's panel
find
pictures
actual
somewhere on there.
panel pictures or whatever.
So you can get
here
the
we
screen
go.
cap from the recap
Alright.
stream instead.
Here
Those
we
are a bit
go.
clearer.
I got it.
And
I don't
Christian,
know.
like with what you guys are saying right now, I kind of feel like this will be the first time I think I've thought about this or want to do this. Like, I don't think I'm going to buy the general release. I think I'm going to wait to see if there's going to be a premium finish version of him. Now, we haven't seen that from Magmatron, but I mean, with it being a convoy, that, you know, seems more likely that we'd see a premium finish version of it. I'm a little disappointed with this one. It's just like we were joking around in one of the other Transformer text chains I'm in, like, is it cake? Like, he looks just like a chocolate cake in the mammoth mode.
Yeah.
That looks like chocolate frosting instead of fur. I get it's not easy to do. I think this will be a better toy than the original from the standpoint of the engineering. I think it'll be more stable. You won't have those same kind of ball joints that get a little loosey-goosey sometimes. But in terms of, you know, like what you two and Christian were just talking about, in terms of just like presence, this doesn't grab me like the original one does.
See,
It's
I think
really
that's
cool.
fair.
In a world where for some reason I didn't feel right owning the original and I needed everything to go together, as Christian always says, I would feel like this is the thing. But I don't live in that world, right? I live in a world where I click the coolest Transformers I can, in my own opinion. So I'm going to think the old one is neater than this. I kind of want both just because I love the design so much. I really like them. If this gets repainted into Ultra Mammoth, I'm down because
Oh,
Ultra
well,
Mammoth is
yeah.
really expensive to get these days, so I don't want to pay for it. So I'd be all over getting this as Ultra Mammoth.
Okay. So I'm gonna actually go at it a little bit differently. Like, I think the bot mode actually looks really neat. I think it's gonna be a better toy. Like overall, it's gonna have a lot better articulation and not be as frustrating. I don't know that I'm gonna care to ever transform it into the mammoth mode other than a couple of times. So, and I think it's kind of cool with like the blaster and just all that kind of stuff. Now, I've handled Big Convoy, but I've never owned Big Convoy. So I'm actually somewhat excited for this. I think it's neat what they did.
You know how I
I
normally... I'm sorry.
was just gonna say I want to go on a brief adventure with what Phil said about there being a premium finish version. What if they do the same thing they did with Lio Convoy?
Oof.
Where it's
We need
like,
to talk about that a little bit later, but yeah.
a fancy one, and it's gonna take 2 years to come out. 3?
No, it's
Is it
canceled.
3? No, it's not canceled. That was a rumor. That's not true.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was fake.
Takara themselves came out and said, "Hey, don't freak
Okay.
out. It's not canceled. We're totally making it. It's just going to come out in 2028."
No,
That part didn't
Okay.
happen.
That part's fake.
It's
what,
It'll
unstable.
be out in about 2 months.
I think
But
what,
anyway,
what
yeah,
happened
once
was
they did
is
that would be
that
fun.
like whatever retailer, like it's kind of like how Walmart cancels your crap because it comes out too late, you know? Like I think that's what happened.
One specific retailer had problems and it got blown out of proportion. It's
Yep.
nothing to worry about.
So you know how when cool new molds come out and I like them and I'm like, I want to get every repaint that they ever did previously, but in the new things?
Mm-hmm.
With Big Convoy, I'm not so sure. Like, I have Nemesis, I have Big Blue Convoy, I have Ultra Mammoth. Like, do I want those 3 again from a modern mold? The answer is, I don't know. I mean, if that new mold is very good once I handle it, yes. But I'm not 100% on board with that at this moment in time. The original figure is just so good. Like I said, if you have the Encore versions, they can fit with your modern stuff.
It's like another character we're going to talk about in just a little bit that's also a Beast Wars era figure. The original is just so good.
Are we going to talk about Razor Claw?
Oh, Quick Strike.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about him. I want to talk about Razor Claw briefly because Stephanie made me promise to reenact my reaction to Razor Claw. So we've been hearing about him for a while. Like we've known it's coming. I saw the images on the recap and I went, woo! So I'm very excited.
All right,
about Razor
Christian. Sorry, I had you covered up for a minute. Can you do your reaction again?
Claw. Oh, yes, I can.
Good. I'm glad you're excited.
I'm very excited. I will need the DNA kit to be repainted so he can have the visor part, but that's fine. That'll be totally fine for me. Yay, Razor Claw. He's cool.
Great.
Know that he is Razor
Yeah.
Claw.
Quick Strike is.
No, we're not there yet. We gotta go in order. We
We're
gotta
doing
avoid
the
this
animals.
first.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the photo here. All right, Razor Claw. There we go.
Yay, thank you.
You did Animal 1, Animal 2, Animal 3.
Okay, fine.
And I
Animal
mean,
fights.
we basically
My
went
favorite
into
series.
fusers. So, now we're talking another fuser.
See? Users.
All right,
Depends on who you
are
ask.
we talking Quick Strike now?
Quick Strike.
Yeah.
Quick Strike looks
Yeah, just
cool.
because he does, but the original Quick Strike toy is really good.
Yeah.
But it's also woefully inaccurate with the colors.
It is woefully inaccurate.
The toy is very good.
Good. I think that the original toy will probably end up being more articulated than the new toy in the weird, awkward old way.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's another new third-party Quick Strike that just got announced, and there's also the Transart one. So it's like you have options for Quick Strike now.
Transart was not as good as I wanted it to be.
I didn't get it. I was attracted to it. I am attracted to the third-party ones a lot more than this one. When I see
I'll
the
send the
complete
Transart
lack
one
of
your way.
okay, great. When I see the complete lack of articulation in the scorpion legs on the new toy, it doesn't look right with the other modern figures. I feel like other modern. No, then again, a DNA kit will probably arise from the ashes to be like, look, articulated scorpion legs. Woo.
See, but
That'll probably happen.
His colors are immaculate. I can't get over them.
Yeah.
They're truly incredible.
the thing is weird to me though, Anna, is it's like you're comparing a figure that is going to be available at Walmart for $25 compared to like a third party figure, right? Like the average consumer probably doesn't even know that the third party thing exists. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not the average consumer.
no, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Cheers.
So,
No, like I do compare them because I don't need that many quick strikes in my collection. Right? He's not like
Why
a big
not?
character in my life.
I feel like if you're in this deep, you might as well just keep going.
I'm excited that we have another season 2, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully that means Transmetals are on their way.
Certain characters that I just like, I'll own one of just because I think they're neat, but I'm not particularly attached to. Then there are even certain characters that I will buy a crappy toy just because I really want to have that thing in my collection. So,
What is this, Anna? What are you showing off anyway? I don't...
It's Super 7 Ultimates G2 Megatron.
Oh, okay.
He has the blue face with teeth. That is why I had to have him.
Gotcha.
He's comic accurate. But he's
Okay.
not because his shoulder cannon doesn't properly go on his shoulder and it's driving me crazy. But, Super 7 Ultimates will always give you disappointment no matter how little you pay for them.
That's what they do best.
50 cents on clearance. Oh man, it's still wrong.
All right, what's our next figure here?
I do want to stop for a second and talk about we talked about the last two of the toys we've talked about tonight, both with Big Convoy and with Quick Strike, is this idea that is the original better, and we've had this discussion before of certainly some of the early Beast Wars toys, the new ones are better. And then I think we had the discussion too with like the RID toys, the 2000X RID toys. Are the originals better than what we've gotten so far? And I think with Sideburn, the answer was yeah, the original's better. So I remember thinking like, hey, it was going to be like with Armada or the Unicron trilogy, that it's like the original one. It looks like it does on the screen. The new one might be better, but yeah, it's looking like going back to Beast Wars even. The original one, like, you certainly can make a better toy now, but these don't necessarily. It's not an automatic that the new one is going to be better than what the original one was.
I agree with that. I think it's not automatic. I mean, I'm just laughing because I was like, which of the Kingdom figures that I think was kind of bad, and then I was like Cheetor, and I was like, well, original Cheetor wasn't very good either. So
Yeah.
poor Cheetor. Like, you know, the Lyo convoy, it's a good example, right? Because you get it and you're like, this is good, but something feels off. It makes you go back to the original, and then you're like, ooh, the original was kind of awkward by today's standards, right? Like, it was a good toy at its time. It was really good, but it is kind of awkward by today's standards, where the new one is less awkward, but not as cool. So, yeah, there were some really impressive Beast era toys, like Big Convoy. Very impressive. Kurata, right? Like, if they try to make a new Kurata, I am almost absolutely sure it would be worse than the original toy, because that toy is just so good. Depth Charge. Like, I think if they try to make a new Depth Charge, I think they would be hard pressed to really have the commanding coolness that a Depth Charge that hadn't fallen apart had. Unfortunately, Depth Charge was so prone to chrome degradation that finding a good one these days is kind of hard. But I don't think they would make a better Depth Charge.
We put Rampage in there too.
I found Rampage to be kind of annoying to hold because there's so many parts.
Got all the legs.
And the rubber treads. There was just a lot of things to manage with your fingers, but Depth Charge was just amazing. So I think a lot of Beast era toys are going to be really hard. Like, I think that's the same reason the Armada toys have hit so well, because Armada toys were cool gimmicks for young people to play with, toys that were neat, but they didn't look like the characters from the show hardly at all. And now we get the new toys that are purely collector figures, right? No longer cool, fun play gimmicks, but they're just the collector figures. That's why they've hit so well. And the animated figures have hit so poorly because they were already good. The original animated figures were great, and these new ones are.
I think Phil, you're onto something by marking the time at Robots in Disguise. Because Sideburn is definitely worse in the modern figure. But like, if we got new Spy Changers, I think they would be better, because those are, G1, G2 molds. They're strictly G2 molds. So that's a weird transition time. But when you start having animation first figures, which is around that time, or the Transmetals time, that updating those is harder. There's a conversation to be had about the older ones being better.
I think so too. Yeah.
Like, as much as we all want new Rail Racer, is that really going to be better than old Rail Racer, or will it just be new Rail Racer? We don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. When I handle my old Rail Racer, he's not as stable as I like to think he was.
No, he's not. Landfill is.
No, and
no one wants to have that conversation.
Not really. But we should probably stay on things. Do we want to go primes next? That's another, like, if we're just categorizing things.
Got two new primes.
What if we do the new mold?
The primes are new molds.
Well, I was thinking Thundercracker.
That's in a different line. We're not there yet.
Yeah, we're not
all
there.
All right.
Quit trying to skip ahead here.
I'm excited about the primes. Christian and I are excited about the primes.
We have Quintus in the Deluxe, and we have Amalgamus and Voyager.
And they are both weird.
They're both really weird.
really weird. And I think
But in a
that's
good way.
okay because, like, I mean, if you look at human mythology, gods are weird, right? Whenever you have a pantheon, gods end up being really strange. And these are a Transformers pantheon of gods. So the fact that one is a Squidopus and the other is a Diaclone figure, it's
I
very strange.
you
I
Amalgamus
know
is
love it.
strange.
I
He
feel
breaks
like
apart and can make all different kinds of modes and alt modes all at the same time. He can combine his parts back together. That's a weird dude. I was really wondering how they're going to pull that off. But as like the progenitor of transformation, the infinitely transforming dude, um, this is great. I think it's wonderful.
I'm going to kind
I
of go back
finally
and say,
opened these
like,
two up the other day, and I'm very pleased with these. So I'm looking forward to the new ones. Onyx looks amazing.
Onyx
Yeah,
is really fun.
Amalgamus looks really cool in my opinion. I
It is
really dig that
great.
aesthetic. Quintus is such a departure that I gotta kind of see that toy like in hand pictures and stuff before I like say I want to spend money on that.
Got tentacles. I love it.
Yeah,
I think they
Also, I think
both
that's
look
going to be
really neat.
Botanica.
Well, the other thing too is you know we spend all this time complaining about how they keep just redoing the same thing over and over and over again and don't give us something new. Like this is something new, and I actually think it's like turned out pretty well overall. You know, too.
Yeah, these guys are actually making me kind of want to go back and turn back on what I had originally done because I decided not to collect the primes because honestly, Prima, kind of a boring toy, right? Like kind of a just thing that had already been done. It looks like a siege toy. Um, the Fallen Megatronus like is really good looking. Like, don't get me wrong, like it's really good looking. It's just not particularly something we haven't seen before, right? Other than being neat looking. But then
A
these
fun
two
toy.
come along and it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
I was
these are
gonna say
new.
that toy Megatronus or whatever is really good. It is. I feel
It's
like
really
it's a
good.
third party toy. Like
Mhm.
I would put it up with.
have
I mean, not necessarily like fans toys, but like some of the like it could fit in with the MMC stuff without like batting an eye.
I really dig Solus Prime here. I wish she was like maybe 25% longer to give the back end a little bit more. I don't know, just oomph to it. But I really like the primes that we've gotten so far. I don't know, like how much fiction do we have on Quintus?
He's pretty major in Earthspark.
It's true.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. But like, all right. So is there anything that like that's a Quintesson? Quintessons,
Mm-hmm.
five, you know, and he's got the Quintesson tentacles. So now I'm just like, all right, what, I want to know that story. I want to know what's going on with that.
You can
And
read it
so
in a 12-year-old book that is $400 to buy now.
I sold it for a pretty penny. So that does go into that he is what the originator of the Quintesson somehow.
Yeah. Quintus sort of believes that life should expand all over the universe in any way it possibly can. And he believed his job was to help it along. So not only Quint 5, but quintessential. But whatever life could be, whatever form it could take, he would try to help it along.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just very Cthulhu sort of Transformer, which I like. I like Transformers and I like Cthulhu stuff. So like to me, I feel like I should like this, but I don't know. The alt mode then is like the penis. You know, I get it as more like a squid, but it's also a penis.
So I
So
think if your
All
penis
those
looks like
green
that, you need
ones
to
you
go to the
got laying
doctor.
around.
you guys are both talking at the same time, so I didn't hear what either of you
We
said.
made the
Christian,
same
go ahead.
joke.
It was a pretty similar joke.
Okay.
It's green. You need to go to the doctor.
Tentacular, you need to go to the doctor.
Was there a baseball game where recently where a green phallic object ended up on the field?
You're asking the wrong people,
I-
my guy.
It's
Okay.
for references. Anyway, yes, it is a squid. It is a squid spaceship.
Is Phil? Are you googling like green phallic objects? Like no. You're like,
Good luck.
you're supposed to see like Phil will be like, "Oh God, I shouldn't have done that."
Yeah, I'm not doing it on the work computer. I'll say that.
You get
All
to
right, I'm moving.
see-
I'm moving on.
It was during the WNBA game.
All right, I want to talk about Sure Shot before we talk about the other thing we can group together.
Sure
Sure
shot.
Shot. He's finally here.
Woo. Are we sure though?
He's wave 1, so probably.
I feel like that I'm
Really?
turning into Anna here, where I'm like, well, I'll believe it when I see it. When
Yeah,
I
this is
actually see it like on a shelf.
The thrice canceled Sure Shot. I don't even know what line he's in anymore. This would be Age of the Primes at this point.
Yeah. Sure
It
does
looks
look
like he's
Sure
finally
Shot,
coming
though.
out.
That's
He sure
one of the
does look
PG1
like Sure
toys.
Shot?
Sure does.
Oh, yeah,
It's
he
one of
does.
the PG1 toys I still have left, and it just looks like it, right? Like, just like him.
And like his friend Point Blank, he does come with a Target Master.
Definitely less disappointing than Point Blank. At
Well,
least in
you can
pictures.
disappointed again when he's reissued next year.
No. Point Blank is not cool looking.
The No Nef kit really
Okay.
helps him.
So here's a question that came up when I was talking about those 2 days ago. Should they redo Crosshairs
Yes.
to make him look right?
Yep.
Oh my
I
God,
literally
it's a
would
good
take one of images of him, and I just don't. It is not him.
toy.
No, CG again fails us.
Yeah. He needs the tires sticking out the side of the vehicle mode. Like, that's to me one of the quintessential elements of his design in both robot and vehicle mode. And the fact that they did just the minivan thing for him. Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's more passable because he has the animated head and therefore, like, you know, whatever. It doesn't need to look like the toy, but I don't know.
And then you had to get Peacemaker, or no, who's Crosshair? Is it Peacemaker? You had to get him like the next year in a Walmart exclusive pack with Megatron. It's like, this is just not correct. So yeah, they could do new Crosshairs.
Yeah.
There were kits you could get to do the wheel thing, and they're fine. I got one, and it's like, yeah, it does it. But it's still not
Yeah.
right. Again, you know, Siege proves itself as a waste of time.
Yeah.
Is there anything that was
Or
not a waste of
Siege.
time from Siege?
Omega and Jetfire.
Yeah. Well, they're reissuing Jetfire now, like with that San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, so.
The Seekers.
Waste of time.
I like the Seekers.
I mean, the Tetrajet
I mean,
mold, though.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I stutter when I said that was a waste of time?
You didn't. I just disagree with you.
You can disagree with me. You can be wrong. It's fine.
I mean, that's like maybe the one thing that wasn't a waste of time.
the Tetrajets?
Yeah.
A weird hill to die on.
Like, I like the Tetrajets happened. I don't think they're particularly good toys, though.
That's okay. I'm gonna go with that. I'm stealing that opinion.
They're better
Just
than
kidding. I'm agreeing with that
Earthrise.
opinion.
Like,
They are not
I mean,
better
now,
than Earthrise.
now,
Are you
like,
kidding
why
me?
don't we talk about the new? You know, I
No,
realize
because we're not done with Age of the
jumping
Primes yet.
No, real quick.
Fine.
Okay, Age of the Pride. They're making an orange version of Axel Grease. Why? Okay,
With
moving
Toe-Line
on.
Head.
With the toe-line
ahead.
head. Orange
And it
Axel
kinda
Grease. with
matches-
Oh,
toe-line head.
Junkions,
kind of,
Anna.
Sort of animated Wreck-Gar.
Yeah, and then there's animated Wreck-Gar, which is Trash Master with Wreck-Gar's head. It looks stupid.
Wreck-Gar's
It's
head
super
looks
disappointing.
amazing.
You
Wreck-Gar's
guys
head,
look
fantastic.
less for you to
Trash
buy,
Master-
okay?
Bad.
Some of us think that this stuff looks neat, okay?
Are you one of those people?
I think Jalopy looks cool.
I dig
It does
jalopy.
look cool because Axel Grease looks cool.
And
But
he's
this
got
is
a
crazy
great
new.
name. He has a great name. Mark's been waiting years to throw that name out there.
Naming a Junkie on Jalopy is really fun. It making Mark happy makes me happy. I don't need it because Axel Grease is cooler, and I'm good.
Yeah, but a lot of us, including myself, weren't able to find axle grease. So I've got Lockdown. I've got that version of this mold, but I don't have axle grease. You have no sympathy for me whatsoever, I can tell.
I have sympathy.
I mean, I have sympathy. I just think you should go hunt down axle grease and not get this one.
I also agree with that. It won't be too hard.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Maybe I will. I mean, my as Anna discussed earlier, I collect a ton of lines. So like, you know, the amount of toys I have that I've already purchased and haven't even opened is insane. Let alone like my list of stuff that I want to get that, you know I want to get. To add something that I'm on the fence for, like, no, that's not in the cards.
So Rekgar animated, get the original animated Rekgar, right? Like it's not cheap these days, but it's also too expensive. Like, it's like the $50 to $75 range.
Wow, and I'm surprised it's that expensive.
And for how nice it looks.
Yeah.
It has a great one too, right?
Yeah. The new one has a really good head sculpt.
Yeah.
But the original really looks like what you saw in the cartoon.
Yep.
Does all the animated stuff like went up in price?
Yeah.
I may have to actually sell that stuff at TFCon now because like I bought it all like when it was worth like nothing.
Yeah, me too.
Like so, yeah.
I got rid of most of it now, and now it's like anyway, doesn't matter. The Rekgar is really
done
rough.
With Age of the Primes.
Well,
I mean, Christian, I want to make.
Oh, sorry, no, we've got more.
Yeah, but hold on Rekgar. I want to make the point that I made with Christian the other day when we were texting about this, which is like, it makes me mad about Trashmaster a little bit. Like, I really wish they had done different colors for Trashmaster. Like, I get they want to do Junkyard colors, but like, make them a darker brown. Make them like, it just really looks like. Rekgar looks like Trashmaster with a third-party kit head. So it's just the colors are so darn similar. That's really frustrating to me.
Yeah, there really isn't a point to own both. Since Trashmaster has no fiction and you don't have an animated Rekgar, it actually makes more sense to own the animated Rekgar.
Yeah.
For those of us who do still have their animated Rekgar, which is probably both me and Christian, then Trashmaster is his own guy, but he's his own guy without fiction. It's a neat toy, but anyway, yes, Combaticons. We're getting the other three. Blast Off and Brawl were shown in renders. They look great.
And Brawl has his cannons on the back for the first time since the 80s, which is pretty cool.
He's full of guns.
And Brawl's a Voyager.
Yep.
And
Blastoff has his weird face paint marking, his forehead paint for the first time ever, because it's accurate to the animation. He's never had it before. Yay.
They showed a picture of Onslaught.
They showed a picture of Onslaught, and he looks like Onslaught.
Yep. We don't know what his chunk is going to look like, because he's going to come with a chunk. But the back of the truck.
Probably the back
of the truck. In other words, Hotspot will look like Onslaught.
I don't think so.
I just don't think they're going to do that this time.
I'm kidding. I'm being cynical.
Okay.
I mean, they'll probably
I don't think they'll do that this
somewhat.
time.
I think they're going to do the combiners well this time. Universally. I think they're all going to be good, but they're all going to be this style, and that's going to make, some of it feel good and some of it feel iffy.
I think it's a good choice.
I really do cool skeleton.
It's so much more solid than the old combiners.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Right.
It's super solid. It's a toy by itself. Kind of thing. But I've started opinions about it since I still don't have a G2 Motormaster. This is my first experience with the skeleton, and I have strong opinions. But that's not what we're here for tonight. We're here to talk about Studio Series now.
But do we have exact confirmation that Bruticus is going to be the same way? The fact that Brawl is a Voyager, to me, says that there's some differences here between the other ones. This is
Vortex
not
will fit
Commander
on
and
Superion.
4 Deluxes.
The Vortex fits on Superion. That tells you that the arms will be the same. There is a
Alright.
chance that the Voyager size legs might mean that the legs will be independent, right? That it might just be like knees down to the knee and then Brawl, right? Like that could happen. I don't think it's going to. I think actually Brawl is going to be the same size as all the other leg bots. I think he's just going to attach to a skeleton. That's what I think will happen. But there is a chance he could be a real leg.
So is Brawl going to be the Voyager version of Astro Train and Blitzwing? That it is a lower size class toy, but comes with accessories that punts him into the higher size class?
That is literally what they said in the stream where they announced them. They said that Swindle and Brawl were going to be Voyagers, but because of the engineering and accessories, not because they would be literally bigger.
Yeah,
right.
I think we'll see the
really
everything more with Swindle.
This is where they really emphasize that size class versus complexity class.
Yep.
They are Voyagers because they are more complex, not because they are bigger. Now, to me, that kind of implied that they had feet hiding inside of them, but I don't see any evidence of that with Brawl so far, so we'll see.
Or maybe Swindle comes with both of the feet.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, and he's like a deluxe.
Swindle comes with the feet.
Because I think, just looking at Brawl and kind of abstracting, I think you're right about the skeleton just going to the knee, and then Brawl is the bleh.
It could be. I would love that because it would make it look more right.
I think Swindle will have some sort of frame to make him bigger, and then the feet or something like that. I don't know, but that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Because if they do a good job with the colors on Vortex and Blast Off and the arms, they can make it look coherent, right? It won't be as clearly, you know, a Superion skeleton with someone hanging off the end of it. They can make it a little more fluid where it looks like it's just Blast Off, but it's actually Blast Off latched onto some parts that came with Onslaught. But they can make it just look like it's just just Blast Off.
I think with the animation models, Bruticus is a little bit more integrated than Superion and Minosaur are. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I think they're probably going to shoot for that, however they can.
I hope they do it. I hope that's why we didn't get to see the whole of Onslaught yet, is that they're still kind of finishing up, making it look more like the later Scramble City type stuff where, you know, they just are the entire arm. I know that's not how it's going to be because Vortex is compatible, but I'm hopeful.
We'll see. Something will be different, I think.
I think so too. So it could be fun. So Studio Series?
Studio Series.
Finally there.
Yep. Windcharger. Horrible. Moving on.
Hold on.
Windcharger.
I need to get to the photos. Where is Windcharger?
Come on.
We're gonna just needed him to exist, so yay.
Yeah. We're gonna get a dead Windcharger and a dead Wheeljack 2-pack.
Right.
That'll be a Target thing probably in 2026. You know,
they'll use get a Rook.
Windcharger would need a heck of an upgrade kit to make me happy, but that's okay because I have a Magic Square one that I like plenty, so I'm good.
I mean, I think really the biggest issue that I have with Windcharger is really more with the feet and the legs, that they're hollow and they don't really have feet.
Yep.
So that's kind of annoying.
Yep.
I don't know. Considering that I realize the Deluxe class, like whatever, it's increasing in price, right? And I realize that it's complexity, not size, but like I just think, I think that they did a better job with the other mini bots in this one.
Maybe it's about how it moves, not how big it is.
Yeah, I'm like Lucas. I can't get over how those legs look. Like the old, they weren't hardcore class back then, but the old little Windcharger, it had the problem with the feet, that drove me crazy, right? Because it really didn't look like it had feet. But it wasn't as hollow as this thing. So I almost feel like that looked better in a way. Even though it was less accurate to how he's supposed to look, it still looked better because it wasn't as hollow. This one literally has a hollow chest and hollow legs. To the point where he just looks like a very hollow man. That's a little rough for me. Like with a good upgrade kit, you could fill him in, and he probably look just fine. I don't like the face either, but that's just a personal preference. It is
let
what
me
his
ask
face
you.
looks like.
Let me ask you three this question: which would you rather have a multi-pack of? Dead Wind Charger and Dead Wheeljack, or Wind Charger and some of the other mini bots with lab coats?
That one, for sure.
Duh.
Lab coat.
Right.
Okay.
Lab coats,
coats.
obviously.
Yeah, I think the dead stuff is really
Alive.
annoying. Don't do it anymore.
Yeah, I don't like the dead stuff at all.
Corpses. Like, I will make my figures dead when I want them dead. I will have them lay down and have them put a blast effect on them or whatever. They'll be dead
Good.
that day.
You've done it. Good
Don't
job, Hannah.
need corpse toys.
That wasn't a sarcastic
I
good job
go
either.
sometimes.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. It's good enough.
Who else is in Deluxe that we need to talk about? Last Night at Barricade looks worse than Windcharger, like by a lot.
Yeah.
That thing was
No, that
horrible.
barricade is really cool.
Alt mode
Sorry,
is
which
fine,
one?
but
Barricade?
puffy.
Oh, Deluxe. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really look right at all.
No, it looks very bad.
And then Arachnid is a design we
Arachnid-
really wanted to see get a toy.
And we saw it before, and we're seeing it again, and she still looks fine.
Yeah, Arachnid needed to be a Voyager.
I think so. I kind of thought she was gonna, and then there was like, no.
I feel like there's still this weird block, and like I would love to just sit down for coffee with Mark at one point and ask him, because he has talked about in so many of their live streams that he really wants to get the women characters in Transformers. He gets excited whenever he gets to make a woman character, and he talks about her in a very positive way. They keep doing them poorly. Like, she's not right, because Arachnid was such an animated character. She was constantly changing shape. That those legs stuck in one form like that, not a good looking form, just make her not look great, right? Like the alt note's fine, but she needed to do a lot more. They needed to do her justice. She needed at least Voyager level engineering, if not leader level engineering, because she was just a complicated creature on screen. Always just morphing and her face shifting and opening up and her legs transformed as she walked. Like, she was a neat looking character that just is not done justice by this figure. Now, this is not as bad as Prime Arachnid by any means, right? Like, that poor thing was done zero justice.
I don't even know how that one made it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that like they have a certain number of slots that they have to fill, and you know, it's harder to fit into the Voyager class and whatever, especially if you're asking to do a small one.
A leader
so
class
like,
striker from Megatronus. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be great. That would
That
be
would
really
be.
great.
I would love it.
That would be an instance of a woman character not done poorly. So I would be all for that.
Yeah.
But then the other
Want a leader class, Alita. G1 Alita.
cool too.
Or at the very least, Voyager. She needs to be kind of bigger and truckish.
Right.
So strangely enough, the most talked about Studio Series figure from this talk was the Voyager. In fact, we're redoing the Seeker.
Alpha
right?
Trion. Oh.
You're right. Yeah, Voyager
We thought we
TF1
were-
Alpha Trion. Is that what you're talking about, Anna?
Totally. No,
He looks good. He's
Voyager's
got
a
moss,
figure.
which is neat.
Yeah.
That's a cool looking toy.
It's a good looking toy. Okay,
It's
yeah.
fine.
We're talking about the
That's
Seekers.
cool.
Seeker.
But like, okay, so we didn't really expect, after having, especially since Earthrise Seeker is a Studio Series figure now, right? Like just with hand articulation and a couple other little changes, it became a Studio Series figure. And now they're like, actually, no, we've rebuilt a whole new Seeker from the ground up without using the old mold. And here's a new one. They said it's from the ground up. If you look closely at it, it really is. It does look more like the MP, and it's really cool. And it's start over with your Seekers again if you want to.
I don't know that I want to.
Incremental. Increments.
I think the Earthrise figure is trash. I'm not afraid to say it now. I've never liked that mold. I've honestly almost thought about using just the Tetrajets as my stand-in because I just do not like I don't like how the chest looks or whatever on that figure. It's way too boxy for me. And it was a waste of time. And I am extremely happy to have a new version or whatever that looks more right and more animation accurate, because it pissed me off that it's I have this huge, I've pretty much decided at this point, Christian, same as you or whatever, that I'm going the Studio Series lane. I'm not collecting third party. I'm not collecting all this other stuff like Anna does or whatever, the best of whatever character and all that, or what all these other people do, right? And to me, I felt like there's been two characters, main characters, that are not good enough to me. One of them was Megatron, which we're getting. And then the other one are these Seekers, which we're getting. So it's now I feel for the most part, at least, my bases are covered. But at least for the main characters, there's some other ones okay, I don't love the Bumblebee. I would be happy if they redo him again. Some of the other mini bots and stuff like that. But I think that this Seeker is just such an upgrade over what we got before that. I think my only complaint will be is that you have to get the Target 8-pack or whatever the hell it is to get Starscream.
It will be a single pack, but he will only be at Target, at least initially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of Starscream, and one of the things that pisses me off about this is I just got the Dramatic Capture set and mainly got it because I thought the Starscream looked cool. And it does, but it's just God dang it, you're going to do a new one. So
these are kind of incremental upgrades because it really does make the former figure worthless, right? And that was when we got that rumor that the Lyo was canceled, that the fancy Lyo convoy from Takara. It was well, at least the Kingdom release is not going to be worthless now, right? But that thing's going to be worth a nickel when the new one comes out, and that's what this is going to do to the Earthrise Seeker. This is going to come out, and your Earthrise Seeker is going to suddenly be worth $15 on aftermarket if you're lucky. Because it really just won't have any value anymore because it's the same thing but worse. That's a bummer.
Yeah, the chat is discussing the fact that this is Thundercracker first versus Starscream, and to me it's well, this is Hasbro trying to make money because people are going to flock to buy the new mold, and they're also going to flock to buy Starscream. They're not necessarily going to flock to buy Thundercracker if Thundercracker is the second or third one of this mold. So you're going to sell more of Thundercracker, and you're going to sell probably the same amount of Starscreams as you would if you had made Starscream first. So
hey, when's the last time Thundercracker was first? Do you guys remember?
Animated?
Energon? I'm
Nope.
sorry, Cybertron?
Nope. Well, different mold, so Cybertron doesn't count.
Yeah.
It was Titanium.
Oh.
Wow.
That was Thundercracker's mold first.
Yeah, that's right.
I've gone through a couple different
opinions. That's a line you don't hear discussed much anymore.
I know. I've gone through a couple different opinions in the past couple days. At first, I was like, I don't need to do this. I don't need to get all these Seekers in because I actually do like the Earthrise ones. I'll just get whoever I don't have. The Sunstorms, the Bitstreams. They didn't make those out of the last couple molds, so yeah, I'll get them this time. if they make them. God, why was there no Thunderstorm? And then it was like, well, I'm actually looking at it, and it does look a lot better.
It does look a lot better.
And now I don't know. You guys have heard me talk since Earthrise that I don't want to participate in this incremental upgrade stuff anymore. And it was kind of different going from Earthrise, the Vans, Ironhide, and Ratchet to the Studio Series ones. Those are very different, and the Studio Series ones are undeniably better. I think these would be better Seekers, but I just don't know that they're like, oh my gosh, better. I'm working on it.
I mean, I think it depends. It's different for everybody, like, right? So, I mean, obviously, I've voiced my opinion. I think that they're a lot better for me. But, it's teach your own. And, like, I think it's fantastic if you want to just stick with the other ones. It's not like we don't have enough of these representations of these characters.
What I'm worried about now, as we've been talking about it, is remember last year, Anna, when Commander Optimus came out and you were like, he kind of invalidates the other guys and makes them all look worse. And so now we have Optimus, we have Megatron, we have Seekers, and we have a rumor that Soundwave is coming. And it's just like, are we doing the set again?
Yeah.
Are we barely finishing this one, or are we not finishing it because Windcharger's the new aesthetic? Like, what is happening? I don't want to do this again. I want to be done with that particular group of characters.
They're never going to let you be done, man. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's another topic for another show.
We're transitioning everybody to 86 now. Because one of the questions they asked on one of the streams that I think people were pretty loud about their opinions on was, do you want us to go back and do the rest of the animation characters from the original series in Studio Series 86, even if they're not from the cartoon? Or even if they're not from the movie, I mean to say.
Yeah.
And, I think whether or not people want to admit it, they do want that because they will look better, right? Like, I think if they went back and they made a Studio Series 86 Sunstreaker, I wouldn't hate it like I do
the on the list for next year.
Right. He's going to be better.
And I think Prowl and Smokescreen are going to be a new mold, but we'll get to that.
I do too.
But I took that question on the stream as, do you want us to repaint the existing molds in more accurate ways, particularly Astro Train or Blitzwing, like the dramatic capture ones? Like, that's how I took it, and that doesn't seem to be what's happening.
No, I think you were pretty much asking, do you want us to actually just turn Studio Series 86 into we're making all of G1?
All G1 from the cartoon.
Yeah, it's from the cartoon. And it's like, I mean, you gotta admit, like, certain figures from the Studio Series have just, like, they really do make the Siege and Earthrise era figures look bad, right? Like, remember how bad Rumble and Frenzy were from Siege? And put this guy in your collection and actually, like, compare him to the deluxes, he does make them look bad because he is such a correct looking Rumble, right? And then you're like, oh, but there's so many off things on, like, this Wheeljack or this Sunstreaker compared to this Rumble who was in a scene with them once. Oh, I need a better one. So I really think they are shifting the aesthetic just so slightly that you didn't notice it coming.
I gotta do some soul searching on that one.
I mean, Masterpiece has done the exact same thing, though, too. So,
yeah, no, Masterpiece is kind of doing it again in an awkward way that I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, a couple comments from the chat that I find interesting. Talib said, hey, Phil, this is why I switched to doing MP and third-party MP versus, doing the generations where they're redoing the stuff. But, like, MP is done a bunch of different Seeker molds. So, like, we have this all across. Doesn't matter what size, class, or design type it is. This is happening more and more frequently now. I think the other thing that Adamagus brought up in the chat, and I do want to point out, Adamagus is now our #1 YouTube fan. He surpassed tonight Zaldron. So Zaldron needs to step it up a little bit.
Wow.
But, yeah. But Adam has pointed out the Thundercracker reflector dramatic capture set. Like, how many of those pre-orders have
completely
now been
invalidated.
canceled? Yeah. So that I forgot about that, and that just made me laugh seeing that pointed out. Of like, yep, that set just nix it.
But then I have a question of, say that everybody in 86 looks really good, and I still have my, sure shot that it's coming out now. Will he even fit in with those guys anymore? Are we going to see a branching of these lines and aesthetics? I mean, they've kind of been together for a while now since Kingdom, and now it's just like, are we really going to have two separate generation things again? I don't know.
I think they've been less together than we've realized the whole time. And I think if we really sat down and if you actually took your shelf and you made a line, right? You split it down the middle, you put only things released in Studio Series here and only things released in the other lines here, I think you're going to see a difference.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at 86 Optimus, 86 Hot Rod, those are the two that really jump to the forefront of my mind. Is like those are significantly better than their Age of the Primes or Netflix or whatever United line versions of a leader. I'm sorry, a commander or a Voyager.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah,
I'm so deep down in my hole about it now, so I can't come out right now.
Like, sorry.
What I can say is there are two more toys we need to talk about from Studio Series.
All right.
Yeah, well, okay, the Nemesis Prime, whatever.
Nemesis Prime Bailey repaint of Age of Extinction. Yay, it'll happen.
But what
I feel like that's
talk
really
about
more
is
that one of two things. This exists so that Nick has to buy it. And then
it'll have a different face paint. I mean, it's slightly darker. It's accurate to the movie. It's fine. It's just it was kind of a waste of the Nemesis Prime concept for the movie, so they're kind of tied to that.
It really was.
Yeah, it could have been good. Could have been fine.
The other last thing.
Titan.
They're making a Titan.
A Titan of a movie character that barely had a role, but was an amazing design, right? Because the Baber Scrimlock has been a beautiful design the entire time it's existed, which has been many years now, which is really weird to think about. It's actually a pretty old design. But yeah, so we are getting an Age of Extinction Grimlock at Titan scale, which we assume to be the same $150 price point as Star Convoy. They did say that they were still workshopping whether or not they wanted to keep the Titan name. In a later interview, Evan said that. So we don't know. Like, maybe it won't quite be that $150 price point. But this thing, like the leader class Grimlock that we had, that I turned into Shocklock, was a great toy. And it was a good representation of the design. And this is somehow worlds better, right? You look at it and you're just like, oh my goodness, this is so good.
They're pretty much committed to doing all four.
They said they were going to try to do all four.
That's the thing I think is crazy. Is not only are they like, oh hey, like we're gonna release a Grimlock, like, which makes a ton of sense, right? But like, oh, we're gonna do all the Dinobots at like Titan class. So like, what the Titan class figure is gonna be for the Studio Series, like whatever, for like the next however many years, right? Because it's like you gotta throw those Dinobots out there.
Yeah, 2026, 7, 8, and 9, roughly.
That is $600 on 4 characters that barely got 2 scenes across 2 movies.
Were they even in last night?
They were. At least Grimlock was. I can't remember if all 4 of them showed up in the highway scene.
They were in like the junkyard, right?
The
Or was that
baby
They
just
were
ones
in
a
the
were
little?
junkyard, but they also
Babies.
remember there's that scene where all the like, Megatron built his posse, his Ocean's 11 posse of
Yeah.
characters, and then they all drove down the highway and got killed by the Dinobots.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that at all.
Like that's where Mohawk's head falls off, and
Oh,
he's like,
okay,
"Oh,"
cool.
she sings, and yeah. So the Dinobots were there. Get lines. They weren't really characters at that point. They were just Autobot monsters.
I want to talk about the leader one because I also really like that toy. And I thought it was an appropriate expenditure for that amount of character. And now it's going to be $150-ish, and maybe 130, maybe 170. We don't. They're working on pricing. Final pricing will be out later this year. But like, I don't more than $100 want that. Like Anna said, it's not a character really. It's just kind of there. It's a cool design.
It's a horse.
Like, I don't even know this is a
Optimus
wait for
Road.
sale one. Like, I don't want to dedicate the shelf space to this thing.
Optimus rode him as a horsey at the end of the movie.
That did happen.
That was his
Well,
purpose.
And that's why I feel like, again, that I think it makes sense somewhat that Grimlock is getting released because he did ride him and whatever. He's Grimlock, like whatever, right? It's like a one-off type of thing. I don't necessarily know that I need all of the Dinobots. Well, first off, I don't collect movie characters, so I'm not getting this. But like, even if I were, I feel like it'd be
Bumblebee
fine
rode
as a,
Strafe. It's very important.
yeah.
And Crosshair
Yeah,
rode Scorn.
Actually, let me
Slug.
throw out. No, let me just throw out one question. I'm trying to talk over your question so they didn't hear that. How many of us out of the four of us can even name the four Dinobots from the movies?
I literally just had to look it up.
Yeah, Christian can. I actually can't. I can only name three of them. So yeah.
Well, the tricky thing is, are you going to get the names right? Because the dinosaur doesn't match the name for two of them. At least the G1, the dinosaur and his G1 counterpart doesn't match the name for two of them.
Oh, like how Strafe is in Swoop?
Right.
Okay.
And Slag, and this is across the board, Slag became Slug, is the other one. And then the one that, Christian, you mentioned, that to me would be the one that I'd be most excited for would be Scorn. Because I love these
Scorn.
dinosaurs.
That was his name. I couldn't remember Scorn. I was like, it's such
Yeah.
a mean name.
I mean, Scorn, I think that like kind of pre-studio series Scorn that we got, awesome.
Last night one. Very good.
Yeah. I do really like the Slug design, and I don't think he got a great toy, so I'm kind of excited for that. And then I feel like, all right, well, that's two. Would I be in for all four? Because I'm gonna probably want two of the four. And that's I don't know, man. I might be like, even Strafe kind of is neat looking, and I'm like far enough away removed from the movie where it's like I'm not upset that it's like, why is this a two-headed pteranodon? That's not what Swoop was. And like now I'm like, it was cool looking, man.
I would be more excited, I think, if they announced a G1ified version of Scorn that goes with the Studio Series Dinobots.
Yeah.
Retroactively put that dude in G1. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think they do that with like the barricades of the world. I was talking to Serge there. I opened my Alchemist Prime. That looks like a G1ified movie Ratchet. Like, do that sort of stuff. I'm into that.
I don't know. I was gonna say, as a certified G1er or whatever, I just feel like I'm not the target market for these. Like, and I know Enots was saying that dinosaurs sell well. Like, my friend's grandson is stoked about the new Grimlock. I am too. I think it's gonna sell well. So
Stomp and Chomp Grimlock would like to talk to you. Both of them would like to talk to you.
The what?
The
What'd you
Stomp
say?
and Chomp Grimlocks.
Oh, well.
They would love to speak with you about dinosaurs selling well. But, I talked to Serge, and he's, of course, our ultimate movie universe fan. And even he wasn't especially thrilled about it because he thought the original one was good. And he's got the Byway toys, Grimlock and Scorn so far. But, like, if you were a movie fan and you wanted this stuff, you've already gotten it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know where these go.
They're just going to be a fortune. Like, that's the problem with them for me. Is like they'll be neat designs, they'll be really cool, and they will scale correctly. Because they were huge. They were absolutely massive creatures.
Yeah, they're big.
And I think that's why they didn't show up more in the movies, because they kind of messed with the scale of everything.
Right.
But gosh, they're really expensive. And the amount of, I was just looking and thinking about like where would I even put them if I had four toys of that size that needed to be together. I've only got a few spots I could put them, and that's a lot of room. So that's a big commitment. But the Devastator sold well, right? Like that was a really expensive Bayverse set
Yeah.
they did in Studio Series, and it sold well and it was neat. Like there's enough of an audience for that. Adding up all those Devastator figures for one thing is not that much less than the $600 of these 4 Dinobots.
Right.
So I guess it might just work better than I think it will. Just not for
Now,
me.
I hope it does.
You know, it's not for me. It's not for Lucas.
I don't think that you can really compare that Stomp and Chomp one too, because I mean I feel like that was kind of more of a kid's toy.
Of course, we can't compare this Stop and Shop, but it was funny.
Right, right. But I'm just saying that, you know, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of kids, or I'm sorry, there's a lot of young adults who were kids when that movie came out. And I think that they probably would think that this is super neat and be able to get, you know, that the on-screen representation. So
I hope that's the case. I mean, I always want Transformers to do well. Duh. You know, I'm a
yeah.
fan. I hope it does well. Really, truly.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't
I
think
just
I have
hope
faith
that
for it.
they're still releasing concurrently like additional Titans. I'm assuming that they're going to have a Studio Series one and they're going to have a like Legacy Generations whatever one too, right? Like that they'll have.
Presumably.
yeah. What
So,
they're going to do with Titan.
yeah.
I
That's
think
another contemplator, right? Because I don't think the Star Convoy has gone over extremely well. Like it didn't review great, and almost every Titan has reviewed really well. And that was one where, like, if you actually watch people's reviews of it, they're very lukewarm at best. Some of them are literally bad. And when you're talking about something that is, you know, at $150 price point, or even if you move back up to the $200 price point, like you want people to be as happy as I was when I opened this thing, right?
What were they
Like I'm fully
lukewarm
of tidal wave.
on the reviews?
Plastic quality, sculpt details, articulation, everything about it, basically.
Really?
It's
Okay.
just, it doesn't seem to be that great. And that's the thing,
Yeah.
like Titans have to be really impressive because they are
Right.
huge, but they are also really expensive.
Right.
Like I think
I'll open
Tidal
mine and
Wave
let you guys
really
know.
first the line with how impressive it needs to be. Because really, I just love it because I love Tidal Wave as a design. But there's not a whole lot going on with that toy, right? Like it doesn't have an amazing base mode. The alt mode is really could be a much better battleship if they would have redesigned it a little bit. But it's the way I wanted it to be because it's the original. Um, it was really kind of pushing it, but I think the Star Convoy pushed it even further.
Yeah, the
I do
thing
think
I
going
think will
forward,
make Grimlock better is that Grimlock is going to be a dinosaur and a robot, and that's it. And
Yeah.
like what, he's gonna have a staff too, right? Star Convoy was trying to do a lot of things. Star Convoy is a toy that's trying to be a triple changer, a robot, a base, and a truck. And it's got play features. Like you can spin a little crank and the turret, you know, swivels back and forth and you know, then you've got like the energon bullet you can put into the gun and all this different stuff. So the like Star Convoy, the Titan Star Convoy harkens more back to that G1, you know, this is a playset as well as a robot kind of thing. And I think for a lot of us as adult collectors, that just feels it falls a little flat. I
Right.
think the nice thing about what Grimlock will be is it's just dinosaur robot. Bleh.
Yeah. And I think that's the other thing that's going to be unique about this is Titans are usually more play sets. than just being a straight figure. But really, that Grimlock is just a really big toy. It's not a
Yeah.
play set. It's not a city. It's not a city bot. It's just a really large transformer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's neat.
It doesn't
It's
come with a
interesting.
core
It's them
class
trying
figure.
something different.
Yeah. And I just looked it up, and like Age of Extinction came out in 2014. So that's 11 years ago. So if you were 13 when you saw Age of Extinction, you're 24 now. You're maybe done with college, maybe you've got a decent, job that's paying you a few bucks. And this is the splurge nostalgia thing.
Yep. No, you're absolutely right. It might be time to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, have we covered everything that was worth talking about from SDCC?
I think so for the most
Just
part.
wanna
I
talk
mean,
about
I
the
know
weird
we
poll.
had some other conventions as well, but
The weird poll. Also, like, does anyone remember what they're going to do for availability of the SDCC set? The Jetfire and the Void Rivals? Like, it's going to be available for order again in a couple days, I think.
I think yes, that and the Hearts of Steel 2 set.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because that one's actually exciting.
Mm-hmm. I think they'll
The
be up.
Buy Jetfire again is kind of rough.
Yeah.
But
I don't know that they said when they'll be available, but they will be available.
Marvel
Like
Legends
the first.
Sauron 3-pack is going to be available Friday. So I think it's like what I heard was I think a combination of Friday and Saturday at 1 Eastern, noon Central, go on down the line. Friday and Saturday of what I've heard. I mean, I'm gonna definitely make sure tomorrow at noon that I'm online to try and hopefully scoop these up if they come up for pre-order.
That's Thursday for us.
Well, I know, but again, if they're doing 2 days, would they maybe also do 3 days? And we just
Maybe.
haven't heard that confirmation.
So yeah,
Got it.
Jetfire, Duroc, and Solo available in some quantities for plebs who didn't go to the con. Hopefully we can get it if we want it. That's what I actually decided personally. I don't want to have 2 of that Jetfire mold. I do like the new one better. That head looks great.
I mean, you should be able to solve the old one.
Weird poll, we're going to choose a new alt mode for Grimlock, Mirage, Shockwave, or Starscream.
Yeah, is that what that is? So are we not designing a character, but we're just making a weird version of an existing character? Okay.
Right. Yay?
Is that poll live or was it live or I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that.
There's 3 stages. The first one goes live like next week.
Okay.
We're going to decide it's Grimlock versus Shockwave and Mirage versus Starscream. We're going to pick 3 rounds of them, I think, because one of them will win, and then you get to pick what category of alt mode they get, like aquatic or air or wild card or something. And then there's a third thing that you pick, and I don't know what that third thing is anymore. So activate your alt mode.
It's kind of a bummer because I was actually hoping that was another creative character.
Yeah.
Because the family characters were fun. I know that they haven't been the most used concepts. They've been kind of neglected
for a while.
When did got in her adventures?
She appeared in other media.
Kind of play around.
Yeah, she was in 2 different cartoons.
Victorian got to be in 2 runs of the comic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was that it? And that show.
Victorian was a little, I don't know, a little more lackluster because that was like I just didn't think the toy was that great. It was all repaints with like some slight remolding, and at that point, I think we were a little tired of the Combiner Wars aesthetic.
Yeah.
So I think she got a little bit of the short end of the stick from that regard.
Yeah, I agree.
They gave her the worst possible iteration of those colors too.
Yeah.
I would have much rather had another creative character, but whatever. Like, anything that gets the fans to be able to interact with the brand a little bit, I think it's healthy. So
Yeah.
let us vote on something, even though if it seems like a non-vote, basically.
Yeah. I don't feel very activated in my alt mode.
No, this one doesn't excite me.
Other little stuff from around that's come out. Commander Jetfire next year, Armada Jetfire, that's happening. Target exclusive anniversary line will have Magenta Hot Rod and the new Starscream and a Scourge, a new Prowl, Hound, and a 3-pack of the Insecticons.
Should be
That's
something.
kind of crazy.
Yup.
Is that in Studio Series?
Yes, they are.
Studio
Okay.
Series Anniversary, which
This is
I
Anniversary.
think should mean that it probably shouldn't be Diaclone colors or anything. It should
No,
probably
they'll be very
just
animation
be-
accurate. I hope that
And
when
I
the
want-
molds are up again, we can get Diaclone color somewhere. That would be nice.
And that kind of sucks though, because like the toys were good, but I think as soon as we see them in animation colors, we'll be like, "Oh yeah,
Oh, they're so much better.
I need these."
Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna do the whole Andy throwing Woody away thing with those.
Hey, you know what? Like, you can always have more Insecticons.
Yeah, you can be like, these
Yes.
are the drone swarm ones.
That's true. That's true. Insecticons are like
We-
the one you can be like, I can have 60 of these, and it happened in a scene once. I'm good.
We better get a Smush kickback head.
That'd be cool. There's
Yeah.
also a new, it seems to be new mold or combo mold of something for the 07 Optimus as a leader.
Yeah.
Also going to be a target. And I think that's good because that original Studio Series 07 mold is very bad.
Yeah, that was
Like
early on.
it's not accurate. It's not a fun toy. So yeah, please make it again.
And that
Mhm.
design deserves to have good toys because that design kind of reignited the franchise. So
They're important.
very important.
I've got some other stuff and rumors, like there's Predacon and Maximal multi-packs next year, Twin Mill 2, whatever that is. We talked about that a little bit. Miss anything? Live Convoy still coming out. Flame Toys has new stuff coming out, like Animated Prime, yay. Black Arachnia, yay.
I think some of
Guiltard,
their more the
still nowhere to
BCI
be
stuff
found.
looks interesting. Like, did you see they have an Ultra Magnus coming out?
As
I
a
didn't see that.
bobblehead, or is it the giant one that they're reissuing?
Did they already issue it? Like,
I thought
Ultra
they already
Magnus?
issued it, or maybe it's just been coming that long.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
The
I hadn't
big,
seen it
the big
before.
$300 one, right?
Yeah. Right.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, if you want another like random thing from the cons, Yellow Park is doing like every single Transformer. Like they released a lot of pictures of upcoming Yellow Park figures, Beast Wars, and everything else, and they all look great. Like Yellow Park does a good job. If you want non-transforming figures, there's so many Dane options now for non-transforming figures. The floodgates were opened.
Did you guys discuss at all TFCon Toronto?
Did we?
I
I don't
think
think we
so.
did, right? Because like,
Okay.
we didn't end up having a show, but that's a whole
Yeah.
nother topic. I don't
Yeah.
think we can.
Yeah, we're pretty much 2
I
hours
know.
in. So
I'll just say, Fans Toys Technobots. Just finally someone's doing new Technobots, and I'm so
It's been a minute.
yeah, it has. These are very G1 faithful. I'm super happy.
No one.
yeah, they we had the
No one
legend
had
stuff.
done like MP scale Technobots, right?
There's good old Quantron from back in
TFC.
the day.
Well, there's Quantron, but then TFC did it too, right? So like, and that's it.
No, there was 2.
There's Fans
There's
Project.
Quantron and
No,
what was the
Quantron.
other one
Never mind.
called?
So there's Fan Project and there's Make Toys. That's it.
Yeah, Make Toys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, TFC made one too. It was slightly bigger.
I don't think that happened. I think you're making
Yeah.
that up.
No, they did.
No, he's not.
Really? There's a TFC Technobot? I have no idea about it? Oof.
I'm telling you, dude. Like, I don't know, whatever.
Okay.
Ask Sleeve or the audience or whatever. It's like, I swear to you, there was the Make Toys one, and then there was the TFC one.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, Talib says that Bingo Toys announced Technobots, so Fans Toys is...
Who?
I don't know who Bingo... I don't know, man.
I'm so far out of it these days, man.
I'm reading the comments. I don't know
don't know
who
what Bingo Toys is.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Apparently, they were gonna make him, and then like Fans Toys swooped in. So.
Oh, like Fans Toys does. Cool.
Yes, correct. So, anyway.
Oh,
All right.
it wasn't TFC. It was Warbotron.
Huh?
It wasn't
Warbotron.
TFC. It was Warbotron.
Okay, sorry, I was getting them confused. I knew that there was someone else that did one, but it was Warbotron.
I do recall
Warbotron's
that one
was
now.
chunkier because there was Spawntron and then there was the Warbotron chunky guy.
Yeah.
I had to confirm it because I was like,
Yeah, no, I appreciate it because like
right?
I thought it was TFC, but so TFC did what combiner did they do?
They did several.
What's that?
They did Lyokaiser.
They did Superion, Piranacon, Road Caesar, Lyokaiser.
They were
There
Abominus.
a couple more there.
No, that was Unique Toys.
Yeah, Unique Toys.
So you get all confused.
Funny how old all
it's
those
been.
combiners
I know
are now.
all of those are so old now at this point. It's like
I mean, Devastator, of course. Duh.
Who hasn't done a Devastator?
So no one has made a new Calculation King though. So
I know. I can't wait. I haven't had my Calculation Key out in a year, and now that I'm unpacking, it's gonna be back. Give me the most prominent place in my collection.
There you go. So all right.
Gold-plated detail. You get a gold-plated detail for it.
Well, with that, thank you to everyone in the chat. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. We there's a lot of news to go over, which is fun. Yeah. So, all right. Well, thanks everyone, and we'll see everyone next week.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.